What's going on, people? It's your man the YB once again. Big shout out to my Ahmed, I am hard, Stipe Miocic for coming through and boosting the coin. So bash. Let's start off the rip here, man. I gotta say a big salute to all the cotton pickers out there grafting in this UK weather. These are the end times, folk. The end times tell you, man, biblically speaking. Yeah, there will be heat like you've never seen before. This is ridiculous. It's mad out here, man. So again, salute all the cotton pickers grafting away in the sun. That could never be me, man. You see the skin here, man. This is light skin. I'm in the big house. That's what I'm doing, man. But look at the fan here. Look at the fan here. Man got the fan on in the big house, man. Must have put him in the big house. Anyway, let's get to it now. Now we've done our Rome salutes. Yeah, for all the man grafting away in the sun. Again, fair play to you, man. That's crazy. That's way too crazy for me. Too soft. Yeah, I'm jamming. Listen. When you got a jammy and creamy inside, pause. Yeah, jam and cream don't go in the sun, man. You can't play with me like that. Who here thinks me or Ben Whittaker could be in the sun for long? Absolutely not, man. Jammy centre, creamy jammy centre for sure. Anyway, on the topic of the light skins, as it happens, we have this is probably the biggest all light skin affair. Name me another one in history. What you got? Yeah, Eubank Jr. Maybe not the light skin, but the half bakes for sure. This is the biggest half baked bonanza we've ever seen. The masses have ever seen. Conor Benn versus Eubank Jr. The rematch has now been announced by Turkey Halal Sheikh, and we'll start off with the obligatory cringe video from Conor Benn. Here we go. He put this out earlier today. Let's set the scene right quick.
All roads lead to September 20th. Sunday work bagged. Attack the week. Let's get it. Come.
Honestly, just quickly, I know this ain't really the topic. The rematch has been announced, but he looks like he's been on the Top Boy to me. Face looks sucked in, doesn't he? It looks to me like he spent a few too many weeks in Magaluf. Yeah, that's what it looks like. The face is a bit sucked in, isn't it, for Conor? Bear in mind he's going up in weight. He's looking a little dry to me. He's looking like he's been partying a little bit too much, man. He's been hanging out with Robert Hellenius, a few light in the dark. That's what it looks like to me, man. He looks drawn out, doesn't he? The only time I've seen this is in one of them. Do you know what I mean? I've only seen this kind of fit here with the nitties on Top Boy. This face looks drawn. For someone going up in weight, he should be full, no? He does look drawn, doesn't he?
All roads lead to...
And for a young man, you don't normally... There's a name for these things. What's it called? There's a name for these lines. You don't normally get them as a young man. So I don't know what he's been doing. Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing in his time off, but that's speculation. Who knows what he's doing or not doing. I'm just saying his face looked a little bit drawn to me, and I've seen that face somewhere before. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Anyway, moving on. Chris Eubank Jr. has actually been pretty quiet since the news got announced. However, we've got the leaked... Any second now, man. We've got the leaked announcement from his turbulency. Let's read it, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit, not spooked, a bit miffed, and a bit disappointed, if I'm honest. Here we go. The announcement is as follows. Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 2 is set for September 20th in London. So first things first, we know Eubank, he was touch and go, right? That's a pretty quick turnaround for these times. Yeah. It happened when? Was it April? April to October would be 6 months. So this is about less than 5 months. I believe it was like April 26th or something. So less than 5 months later, they're doing a rematch. And there's been speculation that Eubank's leg was gone. His legs... We don't know why his legs were shot. Was it dehydration? Was it his Achilles heel? Had he been training his Achilles with David Hay? That's what people are speculating. Yeah. Was Eubank Jr. getting tips from David Hay on how to bungle your Achilles heel? We don't know. It damn sure looked that way when you look at Hay versus Tony Bellew, right? Yeah? No Achilles have an ass, dude. I'm pretty sure he bumped my coins as well, hey. I'm pretty sure Big Toe bumped my coins on that fight. I'm not sure, I can't tell you reliably, but I'm sure I was gassed for hay. And he went in there, oh, my leg's hurting. If it's not his toe, it's his leg. Again, there's always something with these, man. Yeah, with the mutants. The mutants, oh, my leg, oh, it's my Achilles, oh, my big toe, oh, my little toe. Always got some sort of excuse. Anyway, the point is, if there was Achilles problems, or any issues really, is 5 months enough time to recover? At the same time, I'm happy they're not dragging it out. You can't. The thing about me is, yeah, I am a pessimist. I'm always going to complain if you haven't noticed a trend. I'm not going to lie. I recognise my own shortcomings, right? I recognise that if it happened a year later, if it happened like April 26, I'd be saying, why didn't they have it before? They're just taking the piss. What are they hanging around for? So yeah, we have to try and have a level of consistency here. But from Eubank's point of view, it's not like he cruised it and or looked great. Conor Benn's youthful, he's full of beans, he's very good at hopping on the spot. That's what the first fight proved. He can hop around the place with a bunch of energy. So I'm not really worried about Hen's going up 2 weight classes. But Eubank Jr., Eubank Jr. said after the fight, I'm not going to tell you what, but you best believe there was something maybe a little bit wrong. Was that just him fronting? Was there nothing wrong? It looked like there was something wrong, didn't it? It didn't look like Eubank. Eubank's normally the guy who finishes strong. He looked like he was hanging on by a thread. It looked actually similar. Remember when David Hayes' Achilles went against Bellew? That is reminiscent of how it looked with Eubank. His legs was completely shot. We've never seen that before. Obviously, people's legs will get tired as the fight goes on, but I've never seen that. He was almost barely standing up. And it wasn't like Conor Benn was proper all over him all night. Eubank was cruising to about 8 rounds, I believe, and all of a sudden the wheels fell off. Could it be age? Could it be weight? Could it be some sort of injury? We don't know the circumstances. The thing is, even if there was a whole bunch of problems, a bit like David Hay versus Bellew, the rematch, Hay knew there was a bunch of problems. But when there's this amount of money on the line, what is it, 10, 20 mil? When you've got 10 mil, 10 large schmillions on the line, it wouldn't matter if Eubank had 2 eyes missing. Yeah, he getting in there. And that's his prerogative. What I will say is, I'll check the odds. In fact, let me see if we can get some odds now. But I'll check the odds. Eubank Jr. versus Benn 2 odds checker. I'll check the odds, but where I'm going with this is, before I was telling you, yeah, Eubank Jr. is going to walk right into him, it'll be easy work. Now, whatever you say about Conor Benn is, he would have gained experience from that first fight. I don't think that first fight has broke Conor Benn. Conor Benn's the guy who's never had world championship-ish level experience. That's his first fight. Normally fighters, they move on from that. Or they get better from that. I think Conor Benn probably will get better. Eubank, does he get better? Another 6 months older? And unfortunately, the next piece of information we've got here highlights the fact the fight will be contested in exactly the same circumstances. £160 with a £10 rehydration clause. After the fight, Ben Shalom was saying, we're the A-side, we've got different contracts, we're the A-side and we're the winner of the first fight, so if Conor Benn wants it, he better come and talk to us. We're not doing it at 160. That was the narrative from Napa and Shalom, and it turns out, and I did say this before the fight, around the fight time, the first fight, I said, Eddie Hearn to me, he tends to be more believable. I didn't want it to be true that Ben Shalom and Eubank's team got played in the contract, but that is how it was looking. Shalom, I can't remember the last contract W he caught. When was the last time Ben Shalom caught someone slipping? Yeah? When was the last time? There you go. You don't know. He ain't never caught no W's contractually, which is quite paradoxical, really. Them man are supposed to be. He must be the antichrist of contracts for them man, because them man don't normally mess with the contracts. That's their shtick. And Shalom's messing them man's reputation up, man. He wouldn't know what a contract is. He don't know. What was it again? He don't know how many rounds. He don't even know how many rounds a fight is. Come on, man. That's bad. That's looking bad right now. But yeah, you got the weight. rehydration clause. I'm thinking, I just don't like that for Eubank at this point. I don't like it, but he did sign up for it, right? Rematch clauses, they very rarely variate from fight 1 to fight 2. It's more or less the same. The only things that change are the non-consequential elements of it, i.e. the venue, the date. Those are the things they don't normally set in stone, but things like weight class and whatnot, what can Eubank do? He can retire or take this fight. He's still got a chance. I've still got him the favourite. I'd say at this point I've got Eubank 55-45. 6 months of age, 6 months of harder weight cuts. Also, we know, last time, the Moody Cabal, the Eggy Hearn, the Robert Fisher, the BBBOC head, Billy Joe Saunders, them man are going to be still there. Yeah, Eubank was taken not to court, but he had some sort of action against him for using a sauna bag, even though Conor Benn was using a sauna bag, even though everyone uses a sauna bag. The point is, you best believe, in this rematch, if Eubank thought it was hard to lose weight with all modern technology, they're going to be on his arse to a letter. What's that saying? To a letter to the T of the law. To a letter to the T of the law. They're going to be on his arse by the book. They're going to be sitting there, hanging out the back of him like this. That's what they're going to be doing. So he's going to have to run the weight off. He's going to have to use hardcore methods. He can't use a sauna. A sauna's better than running. Why? At least you're just sitting there. Eubank's going to have to go on a 26-mile run now before the fight to lose the weight. He ain't going to be able to use anything, even though Conor Benn will be. Am I being extreme here? I think that's probably how it's going to go. End of the day, Conor Benn, he ain't being investigated. And for such a big fight, the board can afford to put someone on Eubank 24 hours a day. How much is that? Really, not a lot. A couple of grand tops to have someone do that. Right? For 2-3 days work. I'd do it. Come on. I'd do it cheap, man. You best believe it, man. There's no doubt. But I'll just tell you, but hey, man, just bring some of them top tier 10 million follower Instagram brass in for me, and I'll follow you around for the day. And I'll fuck Robert. I'll F Robert Fisher off as well. I was like, nah, he definitely ran the weight off. I saw it. Oh, stop. Okay, so the fight date as well. We've talked about that, September 20th. Let's now see quickly if we. Oh no. Sorry, wait a minute. What's going on here? Eubank versus Benn 2 odds. The news is it's about 24 hours old now. There should be some odds here. September 20th. Bet 365. This site here normally has some good leaks. Oh, we couldn't find any odds, so maybe there's no odds yet, which will be a shame. I always love seeing the odds and see where the market's at. Come on, man, put me on. Come on, man. Odds. Oh, there's no Moody odds, folks. But the community predictions, which is worth nothing, because any man can do this. Any bare bum in the shower can put a Moody community thing in. But they've got it, what would that be? 3-1. 75-25 for Eubank. Or 2-1, something. I can't do it, man. Something like that. It's 2-1 or 3-1, man. End of the day, folks. That's what it is. Yeah? It's 3, I don't know. Whatever. It's something like that, man. It's 2-1 or 3-1, man. That's what they got it at here. I'll be surprised. I think it's going to be closer to 50-50. If I'm honest. I really do. Unless Eubank was injured and he's fixed that injury, which is unlikely in 5 months. Especially when you're re-triggering it training. I don't know. I've got Eubank spiritually. I've got Eubank as a narrow favourite myself. I think Eubank on points as well. That's where the edge will be, if anywhere. Benn. If Benn starts committing, but he'll get lit up more. That's the thing. It's not mutually exclusive. If Benn wasn't hopping on the spot and came in more, he might have got tagged more. But for sure, he needs to have a go. Ben's keys to victories are stop being a jack in the box, a foot out of range, and get on him. like you said you were going to do. Get on him like you knocked out Beterbiev in sparring, like your daddy told us. Your daddy told us you flew Beterbiev in, hoping to get 6 rounds out of him, and he had to get back on the bus with a sore head after 2. That's what your daddy told us. So just do the same you did with Beterbiev and William Skull with Eubank Jr. That's what you got to do, man. Okay. Bash. What else we got to talk about here? September 20th. Blah blah blah. It was revealed shortly after the pairs. Conor Benn's promoter told The Ring Spurs is contracted. It's a fantastic stadium and it worked extremely well the first time. Obviously it was sold out and this fight's even bigger, so you could possibly look at Wembley to increase the capacity, but that will be, I don't see why. I think after the first fight it's relative success and it was a good fight as well. I think it could have been better though. That's an interesting... People was raving about it. That's because we get fights like Haney and Tiafimo and all them bums. All them... I don't know what they are. Like stinkers, man. But it could be better, clearly. How could it be better? It'd be better if Conor Benn was actually throwing his hands early on, properly. Not just leaping out of range. If he was actually getting at it and working all over him, it could be better. This could be a proper... this sets up to be a legitimate old school classic. There is potential for it there from what I saw in the first fight. The first fight wasn't an all-time classic for me. There was a lot of posturing in the early rounds. And even late on, he was on the ropes and he said he's going to walk right into Eubank. He got old manned. So it wasn't for me, it wasn't that. But the rematch can be that. Anyway, yeah, I'm just disappointed, I guess, ultimately. I'm disappointed that Napa and Ben Shalom were running their mouth about, yeah, well, they're going to have to come see us. And really, you man was cut. These men don't even know what they've signed. That's how it's appearing to me, if I'm honest. Right, the way they was talking after the fight, you don't know what you're talking about. That's what this shows. Because the way they gassed me up, I thought for sure there's no way Eubank is going to have to do anything he don't want to do. It turns out he did exactly what Massa Hearns told him to do. Pick that cotton, is what Massa Hearns said. Come in, bone dry, yeah, not an ounce of water in your body, and then fight my man Conor Benn, who's been in... Where do you think he's been? Yeah? Conor Benn's been somewhere. Venezuela off the map. Yeah, off the look into the countries that VADA can't investigate. That's where Conor Benn's been. Some people are saying, not my opinion, allegedly. Yeah, Conor Benn's been in Venezuela. And where Venezuela? With Maduro. That's what he's been doing. He hit Maduro up. Hey man, give me the plug. I need to come there for an 8-week cycle. And he flew out to Venezuela allegedly. Got all the top pucker gear out there from Dr. Al Shabab, Saeed something. That guy there, Dennis McCann, the Trembolone acetate cat. Got all the top gear there, 8-week cycle, hop back on the plane to the UK and bosh. The rest is history, allegedly. Yeah, not my opinion, that's what I've been told by someone, a friend of a friend of a friend told me them bars there. Alright then folks, this year is fair play to his turbulency. Whatever you say about the situation, July's full of bangers. September's going to be full of bangers now. Turkey has saved boxing at the end of the day. I remember a few years ago, we were lucky to get like once maybe a quarter there'd be a fight I'd be intrigued about. Now it's probably on average once a month I'm sitting there wanking myself off. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes it happens 2-3 times a month. Pause. So salute to his turbulency. Even if you steal my bars, we know you steal my bars. Even if you stay stealing my bars and not sending no money, I salute the Turk. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, let off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it. Yep.